slow. Hound Tor is one of the most famous attractions on Dartmoor. The story goes that it was created when a mighty hunter called Devon interrupted a coven of witches with his pack of hounds. The witches responded by turning the hunter and his hounds to stone. When you look out over Hound Tor and consider the name, there is no difficulty in understanding why this place is as associated with ghostly hounds and the wild hunt. The rocks on its peak jut out in all directions, and occasionally you can see, in a stack of massive boulders and stones, one of the hounds, the formations that give the Tor its name. Many people find Hound Tor a place of mystery. Some even say it is an evil place and refuse to go near it. In October 1995, one of the stacks known as the Hound came crashing down. Nobody knows what caused the collapse, but it is estimated that around 500 tons of granite fell from the Tor. In the medieval village on Dartmoor. Just walked all the way down from Hound Tor. Hundreds of years ago, people lived here. My husband's at the top of the hill. So if there's any spirits here, come out and say hello. Too low. Just the way in. I've got to go back up that hill in a minute. I've done this just for you. Must be some cows down this way, aren't there? There is evidence that the area was farmed during the Bronze Age, and it may have been first farmed even earlier. This is the entrance. Here's the old village. Steps into the house now. I wouldn't mind living here, no. Biggest longhouse. The village, which was excavated in the 1960s, consists of a cluster of rectangular longhouses and barns, which were shown to date from the 13th century, though the area may have been used for summer grazing during the Roman period. Medieval farmers liked to bring their beasts indoors, creating the typical Dartmoor longhouse, a rectangular building in which the family lived at one end and the animals at the other. There were at least 4 of these in the hamlet at Hound Tor.
Graves there. Bet there is. Can't see him. It is now 7:30. Can't be too long, starting into the daylight. Not that I mind, but I might get lost.
It has been suggested that Hound Tor was another of Dartmoor's ritual sites, where the Druids held their pagan ceremonies. Sometime in the 1960s, a motorist is said to have seen the apparition of a cavalier who walked into the road and then vanished. Also, all around this area have been sightings of a large black dog that appears and then just vanishes at will. There is a story of a school teacher who was visiting the area. He headed down Hound Tor towards the remains of the medieval village at the foot of the Tor, where a number of witnesses encountered him mumbling in a foreign language, which later turned out to be ancient Hebrew. The teacher could not remember of speaking in this language, and just a few weeks after he dropped dead. It has been suggested that in medieval times there were Jewish men working in the mines, and therefore the school teacher could have met the ghost of one of these. This ancient village is an interesting sight. All that remains are the abandoned ruins in the shadow of Hound Tor. It is believed that the entire village population was destroyed by the Black Death. It has also been reported around dusk people have noticed a distinct change in the atmosphere and a general feeling of dread. But I just found it very atmospheric and fascinating. I headed back up the Tor where my husband Steve waited for me, keeping an eye open for any so-called apparitions that is said to haunt here, like the Cavalier or the Black Hounds. But no, like the Cavalier or the Black Hound, like the Cavalier or the Black Hounds, but no such luck. Would you spend the night in the medieval village at Dartmoor?